Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Yes, I am back, ready to attack. But anyways, so guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the Toy Story panel and the Cecil Adams panel, both of them as well. Hope you guys are enjoying them, liking them. And yeah, sorry I had to put it in a separate video just because it was gonna be an hour anyways, and this one in particular, the Toy Story guy, is 40 minutes long. So yeah, and the other one's like 20 minutes long. But these are going to be the both same intros for both, so yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys will enjoy the panel. And yeah, and if you guys like these, then I'll do more of them. Hopefully not a long one, but hopefully a short one. But yeah. But anyways, you guys are awesome and amazing fans, and I'll see you guys soon.
It is quite a few people, isn't it?
That's a lot of fans.
You've touched a lot of people. I didn't mean it like that. Gosh. Well, welcome. We're very glad to have you here. We were talking backstage. It's your first time in Halifax, and you're enjoying yourself?
I couldn't be happier. Yes, great to be here. Wonderful. This chair is so enormous.
It's strange, isn't it?
I feel I'm being swallowed up.
Here, do you want an extra pillow? Maybe that'll help behind the upper back.
That would be great.
There we go.
Otherwise, I could just get sleepier and sleepier.
Are we going to get a blanket out here? That would be fantastic. I appreciate that. Just a long neck and stand.
Yes, that's more dignified. Great.
Wonderful. I love to see it. It's very exciting to have you here. The first thing that I do want to talk about is that you caused a little bit of a stir online recently, these past couple of weeks. I don't know if you caught it. You were campaigning in New York, or canvassing for Zoran Mamdani. And there was a photo another canvasser took of you and posted it online with the caption of, like, "I'm out canvassing with Dr. Sturgis from Young Sheldon." And it caused quite a bit of a stir because so many people online know you from so many things. They were like, "How dare you call him that? That is the legend Wallace Shawn. He's from Princess Bride. He's from Toy Story." What does it mean to you that to so many people you are a different iconic role or character? You know, that people define you by so many different things.
Well, I try not to think about it. It is a peculiar thing to be an actor in the first place, and people treat you strangely because we do disappear and become somebody else. Which is, I think it goes back to the most, tribal society that certain members of the tribe did that. And we all have a lot of strange characters inside us, and most of us don't get the opportunity to let them out. And those of us who do are treated with a strange, mixture of awe, fear, weirdness by everybody else. And then you have the issue of which we all have, of who do I want to say that I am personally. And it's strange that somebody said, well, Dr. Sturgis was campaigning for Mamdani. I have at a certain point narrowed myself down to being me. Wow, but it is disturbing, and you know, I don't think about it too much. I mean, as you said at the beginning, I do also write, and I've been writing for, say, well, probably during the lifetime of most of the people here. Say, I don't want to name the number of years, but
Since 19...
Probably I've been writing, let's say, since 1967.
Wow.
And so that anchors me. I mean, although I write plays, and when you write plays, it's not really you who is saying things, it's different characters. But it's closer to me, so it helps me to not be completely deranged. Because I'm the guy who wrote this, and I've been fortunate to have my writing published, so I can literally hold on to the book and say, that's me. I said that. But the question of identity is central to everybody. You know, when people get into a fight with a loved one, and suddenly they say something that they didn't plan to say, they think, who said that?
Who was that? Yeah.
Who was that?
Who was that?
You know, and of course, perfectly friendly, nice people, for one reason or another, end up in an army, and the next thing they know, they've been sent to another country to kill people, which they never planned to do, and they find they're capable of it, and it can, you know, get out of control, and they're thinking every day, who am I, what happened?
Yeah, who am I? And in that scenario, the derangement that is performance arts seems quite sane.
Yeah.
It puts things into perspective pretty quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty, of course, of acting, that, you know, it's just, in a way, for fun. And I have found it fascinating. I played in an excellent TV show, The Good Wife, and then The Good Fight. I played a very sleazy type of criminal, really, who threatened people in a friendly way, but it was, the threats were real. Threatening, you know, in a very ugly way. And I found it disturbingly, in a way, easy to find that character in myself, even though I try not to be sleazy in real life, or not to show my sleaziness in real life. I found it surprisingly easy and natural to play that character, but it was just for fun. You know, at the end of the day, I didn't threaten anybody, like a dream, you know, which is, I don't quite remember what I dreamt last night, but I remember waking up and thinking, oh my God, how great, I'm not really trapped in that situation. I don't have to solve that problem at all.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned, like, you know, playing a sleazy character, and you mentioned you joke on the self-awareness. I think the self-awareness is so important that the sleaziest people in the world are the ones who are going around being like, I'm absolutely not sleazy. That's a sleazy person. Someone who has the self-awareness like yourself to stop and have a moment and be like, I guess I've had sleazy moments. I need to try not to be sleazy. That, I think, is the self-awareness of someone who's a little bit more comfortable. And that's the performer's mindset as well. Like, you mentioned the derangement that is performing. There's, I think, 2 points in a career. There is working from the derangement and then moving past it and knowing who you are. And it sounds like you're in the latter section, which is very good to hear. Now, over your career, you have delivered many iconic lines. You have owned lines and words to the point that they could put your face in a dictionary. When you are reading a script, do you know or have any instinct as to this is the line read? When you see something in a script and you're like, this is the one that I'm going to read it and it's going to stick to the ribs of the public. Do you have an instinct for that at this point?
Wow, no, I've never thought that. Because, it's, in fact, I don't remember my lines, and I'm always very surprised that other people have memorized them. I very much doubt that the writers know which line is going to appeal to the public, and I am getting more and more interested in why certain lines stick with people. Because in many cases, for instance, yesterday, somebody asked me to sign a picture, and they said, well, I want to give this to my friend Jack, and please write on it, never go in against a Sicilian if death is on the line. I said, well, is your friend Jack a Sicilian? And they were surprised. They said, no. And this line has been, which I think I misquoted just now, I think it's been presented and said to me many, many, many times. And I said it in the movie. But why? There's something about it.
Why did it connect with the public?
Why did it connect with the public? Not because people are so interested in Sicily or... there's something beyond what makes obvious sense that, it's a fact. I've become more and more interested in what in the world. Obviously, people have said, well, there's such a thing as comic rhythm, and it could be that line has a magic number of syllables, or something else to it. But it's more than I'm able to explain. Very, very. I'm just like it. And I've asked people, why do you find that line so funny or so interesting? People can't answer that at all. And
it's an unexpected line, though. It's not one you'd expect to hear. And it's delivery. Yeah, and the delivery.
Yeah, the unexpected and the delivery as well. The performance is a very important part.
Yeah, and the unexpectedness is something, but the line is still, they don't, the movie they saw a while ago, so it's I'm fascinated by it, And it's, you know, there are political slogans too that have a power.
Yeah.
And it's well, it's a fascinating subject.
I think it shows a lot about the writer that you carry in your heart and the humility that you have as a performer, that when people remember all of these lines, you think so much about the written word, about what is it about these combination of words that makes people remember them. And at no point during this conversation you're like, what was it about my delivery that made people remember them? That shows a lot about the humility of the wonderful performances that you've given over the years. You're not giving enough credit, I think, to yourself for why these.
Yeah, they said at the beginning, this isn't a normal Q&A.
Now, speaking
It's
of
just talking
the
to him.
writer side of your life, you've combined those worlds as well in many regards. You've starred in films like My Dinner with Andre and Vanya on 42nd Street, movies that are in conversation about theater. What do you think it is about those two mediums that kind of work well in that regard? That's kind of, what can movies tell us about theater that maybe we might not be able to get from other pieces of art?
Well, the trouble with theater is, and I say this as a modern person, obviously 150 years ago, you wouldn't say this, but it's quite hard to see the actor, and it's quite hard to hear what he's saying unless you're in the quite close. And you know, movies and television have accustomed us to seeing the faces of the actors very well and hearing exactly what they're saying. And so, in a way, for me, a movie of a play is usually better than seeing the play, because I'm used to being able to see very closely and hear very well. And this has led, obviously, to a different style of acting, because in the old days, a great actor was in part someone who could speak.
I got that on film. Let's go.
I can't even see that from. And I've done stage acting, never in a gigantic place, and the plays are absolutely intended either for an audience of 25 people or for a microphone. And I'm doing a play in New York in February, if I live and everybody else lives. And the actors, that'll be for 200, I mean, the theater holds 200 people. So if people like it, there'll be 200 people there. And the actors are wearing little microphones so that they can talk the way I'm talking, in a natural, quiet voice, because I don't actually like theater voice.
Right.
Hello! How's it going?
It's going fantastic, my friend.
I mean, I think if you lived 100 years ago, everybody on the stage was talking like that, and you didn't notice it, because that's just what a play was. But I notice it, and I don't really like it. So even, we just had some rehearsals in New York where we invited some people to come and see us. There were probably 35 or 40 people. And they still were trying out wearing the little microphones and talking very naturally and quietly the way you do in a movie.
Yeah. And I think that's very, like, a very astute and great evolution for you, where, as you describe it, you are meeting the audience where they are. They're used to a certain volume, they're used to a certain visibility and audibility of an actor, and film offers that. Film offers that, and you're bringing it to the stage. So I think that that's a very evolved and astute change and challenge that you're working with.
I mean, also, we're used to, I don't want to say that previous actors were phony, but they had to present their feelings to the people in the back row in a big way. I mean, their style of presentation had to be broad compared to what you do in a movie. I mean, when I'm Dr. Sturgis, I'm talking at the same volume, and I'm relying on the camera to find my feelings. I don't have to sell my feelings to the public. The camera captures them somehow and presents them. And weirdly, and I can't explain this, when I have watched scenes I've been in with another actor, and I've seen them on the movie screen or on the TV screen. I mean, I don't have a TV, but I have a computer, and I see things that I've been in. I see much more on the screen than I saw when I was doing the scene, looking at the other person. It's amazing.
Yeah. How much more it picks up. It picks up an added depth. That's why it's so hard to lie to it. It's so hard to lie to the camera. Yeah. Now you bring up Dr. Sturgis. So let's talk a little bit about young Sheldon. How does your acting style change when you're working with such a young talent? You know what I mean? Like, do you need to change your approach a little bit for what you're going to be doing for a character like that when you have scenes with him?
No,
He's just that good. You're like, he's an adult. He's got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the interesting thing. I don't have kids, and so maybe I'm completely wrong, but I feel that a lot of the time kids are playing the role of being a kid, and they don't have to. And in the making a movie or TV, at least the ones that I've done, the kids are not treated like kids. They're treated exactly the way we're treated. And the expectations are the same. And those who can do it they're not pretending to be kids anymore. They just do the job just the way the grown-ups do. And I mean, when Ian Armitage was a little boy, when he was 8 years old, between takes, he would run around and be like an 8-year-old, and the director would sort of be yelling into the distance, okay, so when you say the first line, go over to the left and sit in the chair and then get up, and at first I thought, well, that boy is not paying any attention to you. He's not going to do what you said. But then, when the camera turns on, he was listening. I mean, he did everything that he was supposed to do. And so I am, I mean,
You were able to learn from him.
Oh, well, I couldn't do what he could do, which was to look at the script, and then he knew the lines. I couldn't do that. I don't know if he'll be able to do that if he wants to go on acting when he gets to be older, but he was, you know, he could do it, which most grown-ups can't do.
Yeah. At that age, he's a better actor than a lot of adults you've worked with, I'm sure.
Yeah, he also understood the script, and you know, he's a brilliant boy.
And I'm sure you've worked with adults who are running around the set causing more chaos than you are as well. So that's absolutely wonderful. Now, Dr. Sturgis is such a special character as well, because there's a lot of kindness and positivity there, while also going through a lot of mental health issues and difficulties. How do you find that kindness in difficulty? Like, where do you pull that from for a character like Dr. Sturgis?
Well, it was that was a very happy set. It was a very happy community, and people, I don't know, I've had the good fortune of being on a lot of very nice TV shows, but never for as long. I mean, with Dr. Sturgis, I was doing that for 7 years, and most people who are doing those shows most people have the good sense to be grateful to have lucked into such a good job as being an actor on a TV show. I mean, that is, let's be blunt, it's well paid, and you're just goofing around. Acting is actually quite fun, and usually on television they don't ask you to do things like crawl through the mud or jump out of airplanes and risk your life. They don't even usually make you go out in the rain. It's mostly just in a studio, and some of these jobs last for years. I mean, it's a very good deal. So the people are pretty grateful. But on Young Sheldon, it was more than that. It was a kind of wonderful relationship between the actors and the crew, the people who were making the, you know, running the cameras and the sound and the lights. The kids were chosen with great care, so they were not, they were becoming stars, but they didn't become arrogant. Because it's easy when people are, I mean, this experience is not necessarily, I mean, the one I'm having, not the one you're having. The experience that I am having right now is not necessarily good for your character, because if I really thought that it was worth it for hundreds of people to be paying attention to me, I would become a dangerous maniac. You know, I mean, speaking of the very nice Mr. Mamdani, I'm thinking of Trump, who was at one time an ordinary crooked businessman, but receiving so much positive reinforcement, receiving so much adulation and praise, and people looking at him and loving him, he's become a dangerous maniac, really. He really believes in his own myth. He believes that he's a superior person, you know, and that is a danger for, it's more I mean, film stars are in big danger of becoming insane, and a little bit less with TV. You know, there more people may see it, but it's sort of TV is more low key, much more low key, and even the process of making it is informal. It's a bit like a high school play, usually. But it's dangerous. I mean, people are dangerous, you know.
And with TV as well, like to that point, with TV, it's so much more of a community because there's so much more accountability, where if you are lucky enough to get something like 5 seasons of a television show, you're seeing the same people like coworkers for 5 years. You know, if you're rude to an electrician, they're there 5 years from now. Whereas on a film set, 3 months from now, you will never see that person again. So it opens itself up to a little more of chaotic personalities on film than it does on television. Television, it's like, if we're lucky, we'll be in this together for 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, and it is a great, acting is a wonderful training in collaboration and getting along with people, getting along with different kinds of people. It's quite wonderful in that way. As you say, exactly, a movie, you know, you can behave almost in any way, and it doesn't matter. And it's true in casting that I think when they're casting a movie, and I've sometimes been the person who's picking people. Usually I'm the one who's being picked or not picked, but sometimes I've been on the other side of it, and people say, Bob, but he's a crazy guy, and he drinks, and he's really so hard to work with. People openly say, yeah, but he's only going to be here for 2 weeks, and he's, he's going to give a great performance, so let's hire him. Let's not worry about it. Play, much less in a TV show, if somebody says, well, he drinks too much and so, and he, on his last show, he got into a screaming fight with so-and-so, yeah, then people say, well, it's not worth it, let's not have him around, he'll ruin the whole show. And that's, I've seen that, certainly, that one person who is, extremely unpleasant can...
If you take out a small scroll, here are my enemies.
I mean, mostly that is a thing of the past, really. I mean, it's just too much, certainly in larger films, but even in smaller films, there's too much money at stake, and people just rarely behave badly in a way that takes more than 7 or 8 minutes, let's say. People don't walk off the set for the day. I mean, I've never seen it.
Well, that's good. Now let's talk a little bit about voiceover roles as well. Let's talk about Toy Story.
Let's go!
In a vein to Toy Story, do you have any a beloved childhood toy or anything that is staying in your life and has stayed in your life for that amount of time and perhaps comes to life when you're not looking?
Well, not really. I mean, I was, to be brutally frank, more of a book person than a toy person.
Okay.
I do have a lot of books from my childhood. Yeah, a lot.
And I think that serves the same function. It's the embodiment of that moment of childhood imagination and joy.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they also come to life in it. Also, much like toys, they flap open and the characters step out.
Exactly, yes.
And what was it like, the experience? Or do you enjoy doing voiceover work? What is that like for you?
Well, it's a challenge because you're alone in a little booth, and no other actors are there, and the director says, "Okay, now you fall out of the airplane," and your line is, "Oh no!" It's out of your own imagination, you know. So it's challenging. I mean, it's much more fun to act with other people, and to, I mean, the fun of acting is to, at least for me, the most fun thing is to not know what you're going to do next, and really listen to the other actor, and they're going to surprise you, and they're going to be different from what you expected, and then you're going to be different from what you thought you would do.
Now, in that regard, though, is there a joy when you see something like Toy Story for the first time? Since you were, you know, alone delivering those lines, that was a great line read a moment ago. We can cut through that. But is there a joy to getting to experience something that you were in for the first time as an audience member, since you didn't see it all assembled, since someone else put that all together for you? How does that feel?
Well, of course, Toy Story is a work of collaboration of, I don't know, hundreds of people. So the technical side of it is so mind-boggling, including the way they animate your own character. You know, that's a fantastic experience because they listen, you record first, and they then make the little dinosaur toy do what seems appropriate to what your voice did, and it's always a surprise. And they're fantastically clever. I mean, they're doing a lot of what would be called acting. Because in the recording booth, you have your face is not part of the show. So they invent what you would look like when you're saying those things, which is quite amazing to see. They're fantastically clever. They're actors, but they're doing the acting on a computer.
That's really good.
Once again, humility, incredible. I see now why so many people have enjoyed working with you for decades, because you're just like, the animators are who are great, the writers are who are great, I can't remember my lines, I said something and went home. It turns out people liked it. You give credit to everyone you work with other than yourself. That's what brings people back to work with you, for sure. Now, do you have a Rex at home? You must have one that you've captured that they've given you. There's got to be one.
Well, yes. I mean, I have some very small ones that I do have, yes. I don't know if there are some big ones out there somewhere, but, you know, I live in Manhattan in New York City, and real estate is very expensive, and yeah, I don't have room for a big dinosaur.
So if anyone has a big piece of Manhattan property that they can lend Mr. Wallace, an oversized T-Rex that looks like it belongs in the Batcave, please send that over. Now, you don't strike me as someone who, you're a very talented comedic actor, but you don't strike me as someone who improvises a lot. Do you stick to the script?
Oh, yes.
You are a fan of the written word, so you stick to what was there.
Yes, I mean, as a writer myself, I don't appreciate it if people don't don't say the lines. I mean, I'll have to admit, there are some things that are hastily written, and if I think the writer won't even notice it, if I slightly fix it, I have done that, yes. Because, for instance, I've often played, characters who are supposed to be well educated or smart, and if their grammar is wrong, I mean, in the 60s, I did teach Latin for a couple of years, and I say in the 60s because the school that I taught at was very bizarre, and I wouldn't have gotten a job as a Latin teacher in a really academically severe school, but in this school, it was sort of wild, and the guy asked me, what would you like to teach? I said, well, I like to teach Latin. And so they said, okay, and so I did that. But I do know a certain amount of grammar, so yes, I've fixed. If the character is supposed to be a smart, well-educated guy, and he's speaking and making grammatical mistakes, and I'm thinking, the writer is not going to notice this, I fix things. And occasionally, when things are illogical or ridiculous, I'll fix them a little bit. But frankly, most of the things that I've done have been really well written. I mean, Dr. Sturgis, young Sheldon, I've often said to people, William Shakespeare could not write this show better than these writers. I mean, and I have thought, doing young Sheldon, I thought, I wonder if I could write one of these scripts. And believe me, I could not. Because they've got a special character to them, and they are perfectly written scripts, and I would never change them. And by the way, the writers, if anybody makes a mistake, they know it, and they're there, and they fix it. They say, oh no, you didn't say that right.
They're on set ready to help you. I love that you're improvising from a writer's perspective. You might get away with it. It's not I get away with it. It's not a crime. Now, you mentioned kind of writing versus performing. You are a writer, a well-known writer, largely of dramatic and sometimes more esoteric work. But you play so many comedic characters. Do you think there's any credence to the idea that people with drama in their heart make better comedic performers, and people with comedy in their heart make better dramatic actors? There's kind of an opposite that happens there, I find, a lot of the times.
Yeah, well, it is true, I guess, that people who are funny are often trying to cheer themselves up. And I mean, certainly I know funny writers are often people who are of a melancholy disposition or slightly depressive, and they enjoy cheering themselves up and making themselves laugh. That's, and of course we know that, so many comedians, when they're forced to play a dramatic role, they're great, terrific,
Now, is that your goal in comedy? Do you try to make yourself laugh, and it happens to make others laugh along the way?
this is the ending for the panels. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, liked it, and yeah, I hope to do more panels in the future down the road, but we'll see. Hope you guys will love it and like it, and yeah, you guys are an awesome, amazing fans. Love you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for enjoying the long panels, the long video panels, and yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, see you guys later. All right, bye.